Hello students. We are studying about heat. It is chapter 9th of your subject physics for class 9. I am your teacher Mr. Fish. I will try to guide you to understand heat. You must remain attentive and careful. It is chapter's summary. What is heat? Let us define heat. You know about energy. There are many types of energies, such as mechanical energy, magnetic energy, light energy, sound energy, etc. Heat is a form of energy. It is the total kinetic energy of the molecules of a body. Heat flows from a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. Heat is a form of energy. It is the total kinetic energy of the molecules of a body. Heat flows from a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. Heat flows or heat transfers from higher temperature to the lower temperature. There are three ways of transfer of heat. Number 1, conduction. Number 2, convection. Number 3, radiation. What is conduction? Conduction is method of heat transfer. Conduction is the mode of transfer of heat by vibrating atoms, molecules, and free electrons in solids from hotter to colder part of a body. The mode of transfer of heat by vibrating atoms, molecules, and free electrons in solids from hotter to colder part of a body is called conduction. Conduction takes place in solid bodies only. What is rate of flow of heat? The amount of heat that flows in unit time is called the rate of flow of heat. Rate of flow of heat is equal to the amount of heat transferred over the time taken in this transfer. What is rate of flow? There are four important factors that affect the rate of flow of heat. We can say that the rate at which heat flows through solids depends on Number 1, the cross-sectional area of the solid. Number 2, length between hot and cold ends. Number 3, temperature difference between hot and cold ends, and Number 4, nature of the material. Do you know about the thermal conductivity? The rate of flow of heat across the opposite faces of a meter cube maintained at a difference of 1 Kelvin is called the thermal conductivity of the material of the cube. You have already learned about conductors in previous classes. Can you define what is a conductor? Yes. A material that allows heat to flow across it is called a conductor. Metals like gold, silver, copper, and iron are conductors. There are good conductors and bad conductors. Good conductors are those materials which allow maximum amount of heat to be transferred across them. The good conductors are used for quick transfer of heat. Thus cookers, cooking plate, boiler, radiators, and condensers of refrigerators, etc. are made of metals. Insulators or non-conductors are those materials which do not allow heat to be transferred across them, such as wood, plastic, stone, etc. The handles of cookers, cooking plate, etc. are made from non-conductors or insulators. Bad conductors or poor conductors. Materials which trap air are bad conductors, such as wool, felt, fur, feathers, polystyrenes, and fiberglass. Water is also a poor conductor of heat. Convection is second type of heat transfer. It is the transfer of heat by actual movement of molecules from hot place to a cold place. Transfer of heat by actual movement of molecules from hot place to a cold place is known as convection. Convection is important and is used in our daily life. Land and sea breezes are the examples of convection. Gliders use upward movement of hot air currents due to convection of heat. Air currents help them to stay in air for a long period. Birds are able to fly for hours without flapping their wings due to the upward movement of air currents. Now we are going to define third type of heat transfer. It is called radiation. The term radiation means the continual emission of energy from the surface of a body in the form of electromagnetic waves. Radiations are emitted by all bodies. The rate at which radiations are emitted depends on various factors such as number 1 color of the material, number 2 texture of the surface of the body, number 3 temperature of the body, number 4 the surface area of the body. A dull black surface is a good absorber of heat as its temperature rises rapidly. A polished surface is poor absorber of heat as its temperature rises very slowly. Nowadays we are hearing a discussion about climate change. Climate change is due to the greenhouse effect. Do you know about greenhouse effect? Radiations from the sun pass easily through glass/polythene and warm up the materials inside a greenhouse. The radiations given out by them are of much longer wavelengths. Glass/polythene does not allow them to escape out and thus maintains the inside temperature of the greenhouse. It is called greenhouse effect. Earth's atmosphere contains carbon dioxide and water vapors. It causes greenhouse effect and thus retains the temperature of the Earth. Earth's atmosphere contains carbon dioxide and water vapors. The bottoms of cooking pots are made black to increase the absorption of heat from fire. White surfaces reflect more heat than colored or black surfaces. Similarly, polished surfaces are good reflectors than rough surfaces and reflection of heat radiations is greater from polished surfaces. Therefore, we wear white or light-colored clothes in summer. We polish the interior of the cooking pots for reflecting back most of the heat radiation inside the hot pots. A thermos flask consists of a double-walled glass vessel. It reduces the transfer of heat by conduction, convection, and radiation.